So the following framework I like to illustrate to you is so-called PINT and SERP framework. And it's a very practical framework to get to often unexpected information. And whether it's with stakeholders or key opinion leaders or clients, customers, patients, this is a good way to approach. So how does it work? A PINT is a reminder that most of the people we interact with, stakeholders, they are dealing with problems. And asking specific what their problems are gives you already a lot of insights in what's happening in their world. Same for issues or interests, what's happening in their world. Certain needs they are dealing with and certain trends that they see happening in their work sphere, when they're treating patients, things like that. And the reason is this: when you have PINT, it's very straightforward. Because for every problem, there's a solution. And for every issue, there is often an innovative approach or a kind of a novel way of thinking or a novel way of dealing with it. And every need, there's a resource that can be put in place. And every trend, there is a positioning idea that can be worked out. So this element of PINT is something when you can ask when you're dealing with stakeholders. But the SERP, Solutions, Innovation, Resources, or Resource, and Positioning Idea is something you can do after the visit, and you can reflect on it, and you can come back to your stakeholder to bring a solution or a resource or positioning idea. So it's something that you can use each time. So when you want to expand on your visit and explore other areas, this is a great way of doing that. So PINT, perfectly used for external data capture, and SERP for the internal reflection afterwards. So there's also so-called a values proposition canvas. And what does it mean? Basically, it is about understanding what are the pain points that certain people are dealing with. Your customers or customers of customers, stakeholders, you name it, key opinion leaders. Because for every pain, there's a pain reliever. For every gain, something they really like to have, there's something like what you call a gain creator. And every stakeholder, they have certain jobs to do. So how can you make their jobs easier or more straightforward or practical? And therefore, looking at the customer jobs or jobs to be done, you can end up with products and services. So that's a different way of looking at it. This is more like customer insight approach, but it's a very valuable way of understanding what's happening at the level of your client, at the level of your stakeholder, at the level of your key opinion leader. So PINT, together with the values proposition canvas, is a very powerful tool to understand what's happening in their world. So give it a shot, give it a try.